Hey everyone, welcome to The Bold and the Beautiful. I'm Oma, and I'm so excited to have you here. If you love Bold and Beautiful update, then you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Alright, let's dive right in. You ever make a mistake so bad, you can't even look at yourself in the mirror? That's me right now. I thought I was doing the right thing, giving someone a second chance, showing a little mercy. But instead, I opened the door to a monster, and it destroyed my family. My son, my own boy, he's paying the price for my choices, and nothing I do can take it back. This isn't a story about business, power, or money. This is about a father who failed the very people he was supposed to protect. And if you think you've seen me at my worst, you don't know the half of it. Let me tell you how I really ruined everything. I don't know how to start this without admitting one very simple, very ugly truth. I have ruined my sons' lives. Not once, not twice, but over and over again. And this time, it's worse than anything I've ever done before. I've always prided myself on being a man who could fix anything, who could bulldoze through problems and come out on top. That's what being Bill Spencer was supposed to mean. Power. Control. Survival. I built empires. I took down enemies. I won wars in business, in love, in family. At least, that's the story I like to tell myself. But behind all that bravado, there's a different truth. One I can't outrun anymore. I'm not the hero. I'm not even the strong father I thought I was. I'm the reason my sons are broken. I opened the door to the very monster who tore us apart. And that monster's name is Luna Nozawa. I know what people say, that Luna had a rough childhood, that she's misunderstood, that maybe she just needs a second chance. That's what I told myself when I let her into my home. I thought I was being merciful, compassionate, even. Can you believe that? Bill Spencer, the man known for his ruthlessness, falling for a sob story and throwing his entire family to the wolves because some part of me wanted to play savior. And what did it cost me? Everything. It cost Liam his peace of mind. It cost Will his innocence. It cost Katie. Well, it cost Katie her respect for me, and if I'm honest, that one cuts deeper than I like to admit. The truth is, I brought a predator into my home. Not just into my home, into my son's life. I stood there, looking Luna's mother in the eyes as she begged me to understand. She painted her daughter as lost, fragile, misunderstood. And instead of doing what I should have done, slamming the door and protecting my family, I let her words seep into me. I let myself believe that giving Luna shelter was an act of redemption for all the sins I've stacked up in my lifetime. It wasn't redemption. It was damnation. Because Luna didn't just disrupt our lives. She destroyed them. And now my youngest son, my boy Will, is tied to her forever because she's pregnant. And it's not love, it's not family, it's not even consent. It's assault. My son was assaulted by a woman I invited in, a woman I defended, a woman I excused. Do you have any idea what it feels like to look your child in the eye and know that every ounce of their pain is your fault? I can still see the look on Will's face when I told him I knew. He tried to play it off, tried to minimize it, the way men are taught to do. It's fine, Dad. I was drunk. It's not a big deal. That's what he said to me. Not a big deal. My son, too ashamed to even recognize that he was a victim, because admitting that would mean admitting he wasn't in control. And God knows he gets that stubbornness from me. But it was a big deal. It was the biggest deal of all. Because now, there's a baby on the way. A child who didn't ask for any of this. A child conceived out of manipulation and violence. And while Luna walks around smirking and rubbing her stomach like she's the Virgin Mary, my son drowns in silence. His girlfriend, Electra, can't even look at him the same way. She thinks he cheated. She thinks he betrayed her. And no matter how many times Katie or I try to say the words, he didn't cheat, he was assaulted, it doesn't sink in. Not for her. Not for him. And you know what the worst part is? The night I finally told Katie the truth was the night I realized just how far I'd fallen. Katie has always been the one person who can see through me, the one who doesn't buy into my swagger, who doesn't get hypnotized by the Spencer charm. And when I stood there in her living room, my hands shaking, my throat dry, I thought maybe, just maybe, she'd understand. I thought she'd see that I was trying to take responsibility, that I was finally admitting to the mess I'd created. But the second the words left my mouth, I saw it. Her face changed. It wasn't shock, not at first. It was disgust. Then anger. And then, maybe worst of all, disappointment. "Bill," she said, her voice barely more than a whisper, "you brought her here. You let her near Will. And now," she stopped, shaking her head like she couldn't even finish the sentence. "Now she's carrying his child," I said for her, my voice cracking. I thought I was being brave, saying it out loud, forcing myself to own it. But Katie didn't see bravery. She saw cowardice wrapped up in guilt. And she was right. I tried to do what I always do. Pivot, spin it, turn the conversation back toward us. I told her we needed to come together, that this crisis could bring us closer, that our son needed us united. I even reached for her hand. She pulled back like my touch burned her. "Don't you dare make this about us," she snapped. "Don't you dare try to use this nightmare to weasel your way back into my life. This isn't about you, Bill. This is about Will. And if you cared about him, really cared, you never would have let that woman within a mile of him." I didn't argue. For once in my life, I had no comeback. No defense. I left her house that night feeling like a stranger in my own skin. I sat in my car for hours, staring at the steering wheel, replaying every single moment that led to this. How did I get here? How did I let one stupid, reckless decision unravel everything I claimed to care about? The truth is, it wasn't just one decision. It was a lifetime of them. I've always believed I could control outcomes. That if I pushed hard enough, manipulated smart enough, or fought dirty enough, I could bend the world to my will. But I couldn't bend this. I couldn't unmake what happened to Will. I couldn't erase the look in Katie's eyes. I couldn't silence Luna's smug voice as she prattled on about baby names like this was some kind of twisted fairy tale. And I sure as hell couldn't fix the way Electra looked at my son. That girl loved him. You could see it in every glance, every touch. She adored Will. He was her first love, the man she trusted with her whole heart. And then this violation, this betrayal she can't wrap her head around. I tried to talk to her once, to explain. I told her, "Electra, he didn't betray you. He was drunk. He thought he was with you. Luna took advantage." But she just shook her head, tears streaming down her cheeks. "That doesn't change what happened, Mr. Spencer. It doesn't change that he gave himself to her the night before he gave himself to me." How do you argue with that? How do you explain to a young woman that love and trauma don't follow logic? That Will didn't choose this, but he's still paying the price? I don't think she'll ever forgive him. And I can't blame her for that. Will doesn't talk about it. He pretends it never happened, buries himself in work, in distractions, in silence. Sometimes I catch him staring off into space, his jaw clenched, his fists balled tight. I know that look. It's the look of a man fighting demons he doesn't have the words to name. And every time I see it, I want to scream. I want to tear the walls down. I want to put my hands around Luna's throat and make her feel every ounce of the pain she's inflicted on my boy. But that wouldn't change anything. It wouldn't heal him. It wouldn't erase the child growing inside her. Yes, that child. God help me, I don't know what to do about that. Because it's not the baby's fault. I keep telling myself that. I keep repeating it like a prayer. This child didn't ask to be born into chaos. This child didn't ask for a mother like Luna or a grandfather like me. And as much as I hate her, as much as I despise every breath she takes, I can't bring myself to hate that baby. But I also can't imagine bringing him into my family. Not when he's the product of violence. Not when every time Will sees him, he'll be reminded of what was stolen from him. I'm trapped. We're all trapped. And there's no way out. The reckoning, people call it. The year Bill Spencer finally paid for his sins. And maybe they're right. Maybe this is what I deserve, to watch my sons suffer because of me, to watch Katie pull further away, to watch my legacy rot from the inside out. I've spent sleepless nights pacing the floor, staring out the window at the Los Angeles skyline, wondering how a man like me, a man who built skyscrapers, who conquered industries, who never bowed to anyone, could end up here powerless in his own home. The truth is, I'm not powerless. I made myself powerless. I chose wrong again and again, and this is the bill come due. People think strength is about never breaking. But strength isn't that. Strength is facing the wreckage you've created and admitting it's yours. Strength is owning the mistakes that cut deepest. And that's what I'm trying to do now. I don't know if Katie will ever forgive me. I don't know if Will ever heal. I don't know if Liam will ever trust me again. I don't even know what kind of world this baby will be born into. All I know is this. Bill Spencer has really done it this time. I've finally hit the wall, finally run out of excuses, finally stood face to face with the man in the mirror, and I don't like what I see. But maybe, just maybe, admitting that is the first step. Maybe there's still a way to fight for my sons, not with power plays or deals or bravado, but with honesty. Maybe there's still a way to be a father worth something, even after all the damage I've done. I don't know. I can't promise anything. All I can say is this. I'll spend the rest of my life trying. Because if I don't, then what was any of it for?